everyone, welcome back to my channel. I always feel weird saying that, so if it's weird me constantly saying that every time I make a new video, just let me know so I can stop and just say hi. I don't know. Anyways, today I'm just gonna be making a short little book video, nothing too bad, but I have a lot of books, a lot of books that I have not read yet, which is not common for me since my policy is usually, okay, I'm gonna buy one book, when I finish that book I'm gonna buy the other one. The only time I really make exceptions for that is if I'm reading a series and I'm okay, I'm definitely gonna be reading all the books in the series. That's when I'll buy more than one book at a time. But recently I have been a little bad with it because there's been a lot of deals, there's been a lot of books coming out. It's just a bunch of factors, and also I haven't been reading as much as I should. I literally just finished the entire Shatter Me series, with the exception of a few of the novellas. The only novella that I fully read front to back was Believe Me, which is an epilogue book. The other novellas, it was kind of hard for me to get through the whole series. So I'm you know what, I'm not going to force myself to read the novellas. Maybe when I get in the mood to reread the series, then I'll go back to reading them. But for right now, I'm moving on from Shatter Me. It was a very good series, and I'll make a video if you guys want me to. I enjoyed the series. It was really good. It was just really hard for me to want to pick it up. When I actually was reading it, I was going through it, blah blah blah. When I was actually reading it, I'm but the act of picking it up was just a little more difficult. Anyways, that took me a hot minute to get through, especially also because of school and midterms and all that fun stuff. So I do have a decent pile of books that I have not read, but I am planning to read. So I'm gonna say this is my fall TBR. Hopefully I can finish it before winter, because I really do want to finish my reading challenge. I think I've read 38 of 50 books that I want to read for this year. So I need to complete it. I think I'm 3 books behind right now, so that cannot do. Okay, so let me try to do this in whatever, or you know what, there's really no order with this, so I will start with the books that I literally just got today. I went to the store today just to buy a few things for Halloween and my Halloween costumes, and I went to Target, and I just have to go to the book section, you just have to. So I walk into the book section and I see if you're a Target Circle member, which I am, it is buy one, get 50%, buy another one, buy one, get one 50% off. That's it. So I was okay, maybe I'll if I see something, maybe I'll get it. Twist my arm, maybe I'll get it, okay? Maybe. Famous last words. We all know I'm going to find 2 books that I want. Let's be real. So I have also been, if you follow my TikTok, I have been in search for these 2 books, and both of my Targets never had them for a few weeks now since the book's released. And of course, on the day where I'm maybe I shouldn't spend extra money, I find them. So the first book is Nothing Like the Movies. I am so happy I finally got this book. Yeah, if you follow my TikTok, I've gone to Target a bunch of times, sold out all the time, and of course the one day where I'm maybe I'll just take a little peek. It's there, and it's also, the sale is buy one, get one 50% off, so you think I'm not gonna do that? Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to read this. If you don't know, this is the second book or the spin-off book to Better Than the Movies, and I'm just really excited to read it. I've heard mixed reviews on it, so I don't know, I'm gonna form my own opinion on it. I'm very excited to read it. The only thing that's kind of annoying me is that this is a hardcover and my Better Than the Movies copy is softcover, but I will just have to get over it. But yeah, I'm very excited that I have this now. But I need to take off the Target sticker. That will annoy me, but look, it says She's Not You, and if you read the first book, you know the significance of that, but very excited. The next book I found is another anticipated read that I keep hearing amazing things about, and it's by one of my favorite authors, and it's Elsie Silver. I finally stopped saying Elise Silver. I don't know why I said Elise Silver for like a hot minute. I don't know, but Elsie Silver, and it's Wild Eyes. This is the second book to Wild Love, which I loved Wild Love. Like, I went through it so fast during the summer, so I'm very excited. It's about another character that was shown in Wild Love. I did hear a little birdie say that he kind of gives Cade Eden vibes, and if you read Chestnut Springs, you know exactly who I'm talking about, so that makes me very excited to read this. And yeah, I mean, I think it's like single dad trope too. I love single dad trope. I constantly read single dad tropes during the summer, and I think she's a celebrity, like a singer, so I'm very happy to see that dynamic, so definitely I'm going to read this soon. Now the next book, the only reason I got this book, well, not the only reason, but probably the main reason why I got this book is because when Nothing Like the Movies came out, and Wild Eyes, because they came out pretty close together, I went to Target to search for them, could not find like either one, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, I came in searching for a book and they didn't have one of the two I was searching for, well, both of the two that I was searching for, so now I need to get something just to mend my broken heart, and lo and behold, I stumble upon Fourth Wing, which, this is all pretty here. I'm still getting into like my fantasy era, but I've gotten out of it a little bit because I think Shatter Me is more dystopian. Like, it reminds me more of like Divergent and the Hunger Games rather than like any fantasy book. But when I get back into my fantasy era, this will be my read. My camera was just about to die, so I had to charge it. But also, I wanted to say about Fourth Wing, I don't really know what it's about. I know that TikTok is like obsessed with it. With like fantasy books, I don't really see, well, I don't really care about seeing what they're about. I just kind of like look up the ship edits of two characters and then just dive right into the book, and then I'll figure everything out afterwards. Don't know if that's the best way to go about things, but that's how I did it for Powerless, and I absolutely love that book, so I will leave that at that. The next book I also don't know too much about. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, but I got this from Target too on another Target trip. But this trip was, I think, over the summer. So I like told myself when I bought it over the summer that this is like a fall/winter book that I wanted to read, and it is Butcher and Blackbird. Again, I haven't heard too much about it. So they're both murderers. Is this a version of fantasy? It says that it's two serial killers that join up in an annual game of blood and suffering, and one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. Oh, so it's not fantasy, it's just dark romance. I want to dive into dark romance too, so this definitely when I start getting more into dark romance, this is what I'll read. I really want to read, don't know what the series is called as a whole, but it's by Danielle Laurie. It's like The Maddest Obsession, Sweetest Oblivion, Darkest Temptation. I think those are what the books are called. Can't really remember the name of the series, but that's a series I've been wanting to read for a very long time. I just never got it, so watch out. I will be getting that soon once I get through this TBR. Next book is another book I got over the summer when I wanted to get more into my romantasy era. And I remember this Target trip because I was going to get Powerless, and I could not find Powerless anywhere, and I ended up ordering it online. But this is A Court of Thorns and Roses. You guys probably already know the backstory I have with this book, but if you don't, I used to own the hardcover for this book, and I tried reading it, like got through the first chapter, and I just hated it. This was like a couple years ago. I just couldn't get into it. I felt like there was like so much world building. It just wasn't something that like I really got into at the time. I was also reading, I think, like the Off Campus series and like Dirty Air series, so I was like more into my like contemporary romances. Like, that's where I was at. So kind of throwing in like a fantasy book in there was maybe not the best solution or the best choice. So now with all the edits I see on TikTok about the series, how many people rave about it and how many people love it, I just feel like I have to try it out. Getting a little bit of FOMO, but now we are back with a soft cover and a more mature reader mindset who wants to get into more genres of fiction. So I have A Court of Thorns and Roses. Don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I will get to it soon, hopefully. The next book is by Lynn Painter as well. I haven't really read any of her other books besides Better Than the Movies, but everyone says they kind of all give the same vibe and they're all very good. And so I got Betting on You, and I got this when Target was having Target Circle Week. So I think it was like buy 2 books, get 2 books free or like something like that. So this is the book I got. They didn't have the biggest selection when I went for Target Circle Week. So like I didn't really get any books that I was like that were on my mind that like I really wanted to get. But I'm sure that this will be a pleasant surprise. This is about, let's see, I never read the cover, I just picked it up. So a lot of people said it was good. I'm pretty sure it's like an enemies to lovers. She just moved because of her parents' divorce. Oh, they met each other when they were younger, and now they meet again at a job. Yeah, years later they meet each other at a new job, and they're co-workers. So definitely will be diving into this one soon as well. One or more. When I need like a break from series, this will be a good like in-between book. My camera is going to die again, but we're gonna hope she holds out. Back to one of my favorite authors, Elsie Silver. She has another series that I've been wanting to read for a long time, but I know like a lot of book series, they all got taken off the shelves and got new covers, because I think they all like signed with like Bloom Books or like other publishing companies. And the same thing happened with Boys of Tolman, and that's why I had to wait so long to get the books that I wanted. But I hated the whole re-release thing. Like that is one of my biggest book pet peeves. Like I made a book pet peeve video a few months ago. I don't know if I put that in there, but that is one of my biggest book pet peeves is when the author, like I'm proud of the author for like signing with the publishing company and you know like all the amazing things that happen because of that. But it's annoying because you pull all the books off the shelves and re-release them, not all together, months away from each other. Like I don't get the logic of that. Well, I'm sure I can. It's just, as a reader, it's annoying. So anyways, I'm pretty sure these are the first 2 books of, what's the series called? I don't know what the series is called as a whole. Gold Rush Ranch series. But I've held off on getting these books for a very long time because, again, they all got put off the shelves, and I think the last one still needs to come out. But I got these during Target Circle Week because I was like, you know what? I've been wanting them. There's not really any other books that I'm like really desperate to get. So I'm like, let me get these books and I will read them eventually. Ow. My camera died again. But it's okay. I kind of forgot where I left off with these 2 books, but I think where I left off is where I considered these more like summer reads because they're like small town romance, country, and like I always love reading these type of books in the summer. So I don't know how long I'm gonna hold off. I mean, I have a big TBR to keep me occupied. So yeah, I don't know when I'm reading these, but I'm very excited for when I do. The last 4 books that I have on my TBR is a series, and it is, hello? There you are. They're not in order. They're not in order, but except for the front book. But it is the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. This is a series that I have heard of since the beginning of Book Talk for so long, and I always like try to convince myself to get it, but I never got it. And I always kind of wanted to read it around Halloween time, and newsflash, Halloween is in a week, so I'm a little late because I had to get through the Shatter Me series. Okay, but I am excited to read this. I'm going to probably start Corrupt tonight, so I'm excited to read. I mean, it's fine if like I read all these like after the fact of Halloween. Like I just at least want to start it around Halloween time. Honestly, don't know too much about this series. Just know a lot of people have raved about it. I think the plot of this book was that the four horsemen, which were four guys, they're on high school, which I think is like kind of weird. Like I kind of wish they were in college, but I'm pretty sure that I wish they were in college, but whatever. I think this probably, I mean, if I have to assume anything, it probably takes them like to high school, after high school, and like down the line is what I'm assuming and what I've heard. But I'm pretty sure this is about a girl named Well, yeah, I know it's about a girl named Erica Fane, and I think the four horsemen, they have like the Devil's Night every Halloween. If I remember correctly, they all got sent to jail, and they all think she was the reason. Well, she was the person who got them sent to jail, and now they're like back and they're ready for revenge. I was just reading the back cover just to make sure. So yeah, they all think that she put them in jail, or she did put them in jail. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I'll let you guys know. So I'm just excited to read this whole series. I think it does go into the dark romance category. I'm not too sure, but I don't know. So that is my fall book TBR. This is like the biggest TBR I've had in a very long time. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll let you guys know how all these books are. Bye!